When they have decisions like this, they realize that it could be politically motivated.
Yeah, sure.
So they try to take all that out of it and actually do what is best for America and for whatever they're doing. So they do independent studies, and the independent studies come in, and then the commander-in-chief looks at them and goes, okay, let's do this. They usually go with the study 95% of the time, okay? All the studies came back and said Redstone Arsenal is the place for this. They also usually diversify out everything. They put it in different areas so we don't have all of our eggs in one basket. It also is good because money flows into these areas, and because everybody's paying in, they want the money to go back out everywhere and spread it out, show the love. So there's several things you look at in this. So we have a process. It was based on 21 different criteria. They had 3 studies. They all come back and said Huntsville, Alabama, Redstone Arsenal. Then Joe Biden said, no, we're going to stay in Colorado. And here's what the Pentagon has to say about it.
President Biden has decided not to move the U.S. Space Command, the Space Command, from its headquarters in Colorado to Senator Tuberville's home state of Alabama.
That's right.
Tell us about that.
This was really a decision based on one thing and one thing only for the president, and that was operational readiness. He took the inputs of many leaders across the Department of Defense, but when it came down to it, he believes that it's in the best national security interest of the country if we leave Space Command in Colorado.
Watching your face right then.
Yeah, I know.
I want you to know I didn't even watch him.
That?
I didn't watch him for a second. All I did was watch you.
Yeah.
And watch your face. Watch your disdain.
And one only.
I would love to have a private conversation with Admiral Kirby off the record in a private room.
That's crazy.
I appreciate his service, but I honestly don't know how he stands up there and shovels that crap every day.
I know.
Okay, so here's the problem.
I mean,
this is a new brand. This is a new division that we're filtering out because of the need to focus on space. We already know space will probably be the next battlefield. Okay, so we've specialized that. We broke that out from the Air Force, and it's going to be its own deal. It needs a command. And they're saying that it has operational readiness because they already have it almost completed in Colorado. Well, that brings the question, now, wait a minute, why did we do all these studies if you were already building it in Colorado to begin with? It sounds like it was a stacked deck to start with. Correct. Or, and I've had people say, look, did Senator Tuberville's holding out on these promotions make the president mad, and thus he awarded it there? I would say absolutely not, because this was already being done.
Right. Correct.
They had planned on stealing this from day one. There never was an open and honest study done with it. They could have done 12 studies. Biden was going to put it in Colorado because it's a blue state.
There you go.
Because he's wanting to reward blue states and punish red states.
That's correct.
The top 3 locations were all red states: Texas, Nebraska. It was Alabama, Texas, Nebraska.
And they went all the way through all 3.
They just plowed through those down to the 4th pick. So,
and the 4th pick's color is?
That would be L blue.
Okay.
So
we can all see it,
I
can't
don't
we?
see. Look, if you go, we decided not to go with Huntsville because Houston had this and NASA there and whatever. Nebraska had this because of the ICBMs and all this. Okay. You kind of
College World Series.
Yeah, you kind of have. You kind of have
Omaha.
You could at least see some argument there, but you plow through all of those to go down to go. Well, the Air Force already has all this, and we had the buildings built anyway.
Yeah.
Which Mike Rogers has brought up off of the
Go Mike.
Appropriations and Defense. I'm sorry, not appropriations, but the Defense. Subcommittee going, well, how are you building these buildings? We never approved money for this because it was an ongoing process. So again, it just looks. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it quacks. It swims. Water rolls off its back. It appears to be a duck.
Now, don't miss this. Everything Bubba just said has produced a duck, and if you don't see the duck, then you're just not paying attention. Now, if they had gone to the 4th slot and that one was red too, you might go, well, they just felt like these other 3.
It wouldn't be much of an argument. Yeah. That would be a weak discussion.
But don't miss the other message that they just sent in that interview. The interview is sending it.
Yeah.
What they're trying to say to you, Alabama, is you better get Tommy Tuberville in line. See, they want you to think that it's possible that they punished Alabama because of Tuberville.
Right.
And they're trying to say, see, if you don't go along with what we want to do and y'all stop all this, you don't want tax-funded abortions and all that, and you have senators that stand up against us, well, it's going to cost your state. Now, that's not what happened because of everything just said. But they want to sprinkle that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would like to put it where they want to.
Right.
Reward the people they want to reward, and also try to imply that Tommy Tuberville caused this, although we're not going to say that.
Right.
So you get rid of him.
That's right.
So we undercut Tuberville. We reward our buddies. We did what we were going to do anyway, and then we claim it was all a fair process.
Correct.
It's really just a joke.
Rick and Bubba.